Hello again, this is Tyler Martin, worship leader at Sunny Place Church of God. Welcome to the third video of a tutorial series on the open source lyrics presenting program called OpenLP. Now I hope the last two videos have been helpful for you, and I hope you're starting to become a little bit more familiar with this program. In the first video, we took a look at all 5 of these panels and a brief overview of the interface of OpenLP. In the second video, we took a look at the library panel and looked at each of these 6 tabs and how to add songs and Bibles and images. Today we're going to take a closer look at the preview and live panels. It might not be very beneficial for all of you to have both a preview panel and a live panel. So to change what you see, you can click this view button and get rid of the preview panel, or you can add the preview panel, and same with the live panel. Personally, I prefer the layout without the preview panel. If you were putting together a service as the service was actually happening, the preview panel could be very helpful for you. However, all of our services are pre-made, and the preview panel adds a bit of redundancy and just takes up space. If you're creating a service and you want to see what a particular song looks like, you can click on it once and it goes to this preview panel. You can see that there's only one slide in this song and it's verse 1. You can double click and it will go right to the live panel. Alternatively, you can click on a song and it automatically goes to the preview panel. If it didn't, you can click on this button right here to preview the selected song. Also, you can click on this button right here to send the song to the live panel. By default, you have to click these buttons in order to send something to the preview panel or to the live panel. But you can change your settings to where a simple single click will send it to the preview panel and a double click will send it to the live panel. In order to do that, click on OpenLP and then Preferences. Now I'm using OpenLP on a Mac, so to get to the preferences or the settings, it might look a little bit different if you're on a Windows computer. Now click on the Advanced tab. You can see this box that says double click to send items straight to live, and preview items when clicked in Media Manager. Again, by default, these 2 boxes are unchecked, but you can come in here and check them if you think this would be more helpful for you. I think it makes things quite a bit quicker, and if you're in the middle of a service and the worship leader decides to sing a completely different song than what was originally planned, then you can real quick find the song and double click to send it live. Here's the song that we added in the last video, Blessed Be Your Name. You can see that I've clicked it once, and because I have the settings set the way I do, it is now in the preview panel. If I'm working from the preview panel and not from the live panel, I can click this button here to send it live. And now you can't see because the live panel is not here, but this song has been sent directly to the projector screen. If I've taken a look at it and I like the way it looks, I can click this button right here, this little cross, which will add it to my service manager, which we'll get into in a future video. Or if I don't like the way it looks, I can click here to edit the song right from the preview menu. It takes me back to this box where I can edit individual verses, I can edit all the verses together, or I can change the author, the theme, copyright, etc. Alright, now I've brought the live panel back, and you can see the buttons down here look a little bit different. You can see that Blessed Be Your Name is now live. That means that it's up on the projector. The whole church can see it. Again, we haven't talked about themes yet. That will be in the next video. But I'm going to go ahead and change the item theme to a blue burst, just so we can understand these individual buttons better. These green arrows just cycle through each slide within the song. You can move forward or backward. Alternatively, you can use the up and down arrow keys, or you can just click on whichever verse is being sung at that moment. Now these 3 buttons change the way the slide looks. If you click this first button, it will go to a completely blank screen. The second button displays only the background. Okay, you can click it again to unselect it and show the words again. And this button shows the desktop. So you can't see it right now, but the projector is showing the desktop of the computer. If you unclick that, there's no way to get the projector to show anything but the OpenLP. If you exit out of the current presentation, it will just show the OpenLP logo. To fix that, if you need to show a PowerPoint presentation or a video outside of OpenLP, if you click this button, it will free up the desktop to be able to show other things besides OpenLP on the projector. Now I'm going to throw up our custom slides that we created in the last video, these fake announcements for a hypothetical church. This button right here creates a timer. You can change the amount of time by clicking here. Let's say we want this slide to cycle through every 20 seconds. Now if we click this button, in 20 seconds, this slide will change from Church Work Day to Pastor Appreciation Sunday. That way, if you wanted your announcements to cycle through while people were walking into the church or walking out of the church, this is a good way of doing that. You can see that it's been 20 seconds, and the slide just changed to Pastor Appreciation Sunday. Now there are two ways that this can happen, and if you click on this little arrow, it will show you both ways. You can either play the slides in a loop, which means once it gets to the bottom, it will kick back up to the top. So after men's prayer breakfast, 20 seconds later, Church Work Day will show up again. Or you can select the option to play slides to the end. Once men's prayer breakfast shows up, it will not cycle back through to the beginning. So this is a helpful way of setting up your slides to go in a loop. You can have a collection of welcome slides at the beginning, or your announcements to cycle through at the end. And that's all that I have for this video. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to comment down below. Next time, we'll take a look at the Theme Manager down here and learn how to create new themes and edit existing themes, because this is kind of an ugly slide. We'll fix that in the next video. Thanks for watching. God bless.